the hydraulic doors. So here we are with Christian in the Agera R 2012 updated version.
2013 actually.
Oh, 2013, that's right.
So now the rear bonnet was open, so you saw I pressed off warning. So you can see here it shows that the rear bonnet is open, it shows that both doors are open. So if I close this door, you will see, see how they disappear. Now we need to put our seat belts on. So this is our kind of multi-function display here. This Koenigsegg logo is an interesting menu. You see G-forces, you see tire pressures, you can have more information of the system. Actually this system adjusts the intensity of the lighting in the interior depending on time of day, if you're driving in a tunnel or not, and stuff like that. It's got Bluetooth telephone, it's got iPhone, iPod connector, USB player, navigation, climate control, phone, audio, radio, no USB device connected.
And we also have a new steering wheel, or that came last year?
Yeah, that came last year, and it's a design we made ourselves, airbag, and you have control buttons that connect to the infotainment system. Very lightweight, a little bit larger diameter than before, but a little bit more flat at the bottom to make ingress and egress easier. So it's really nice, and it's a bit soft touch as well, so a really good grip.
And you also have the ghost light buttons on the steering wheel as well as on
exactly.
On the
now we have massive lighting above us. Still, you see it quite well, and I don't even have a full blast of lighting. Let's see if I can turn that on. Bring it up, tweak it a bit.
Oh yeah, you have a lot to go there.
Yeah, so
many bars to fill in.
Keep on clicking. It does this automatically at night time, at daytime. So now you can see, even in this massive light, you see it really well.
Very clear. Wow.
Even on the steering wheel. So.
And this is not like plastic button. It's a very complicated process.
It's all machined aluminium with laser etched tiny holes. So when I turn it off, it kind of disappears.
Yeah, completely gone. So it's actually pure aluminium with mini drilled holes.
Yes, but cut by laser.
You have a nice Agera R logo as well, engaged handbrake.
And now of course we have the roof off, so you get a really al fresco feel. I mean, most convertibles are open, very much open towards the back, which gives a lot of turbulence. But our car is very open to the front, which gives a huge sense of freedom. Because normally you have kind of the A-pillars and the bar going across very close to your head, but here it's very open forward. It's like a speedboat almost.
Yes, so great visibility.
Yeah, and then the A-pillars are pulled back really far and are not that wide from the angle where you're looking from, so you don't have really any dead angles to speak of. You get kind of a widescreen effect when driving.
And then this A-pillar here, the whole car could be upside down and still be on this bar?
Yes, I mean you have this huge roll bar behind us, but this is enough to support the car upside down. That's the homologation, but this is not even close to as strong as the roll bar behind. And this is the microphone for the telephone, very close to your mouth, so it even works with the roof off well. And
we have deviated stitching in blue here. The customer has spec'd to match the exterior of this blue, matte blue. And here you can also see this continuous in the paint in the hood. These what do you call these lines?
We call them Agera R
lines.
Lines, kind of, Exactly.
Okay, thank you. We are at the Geneva Salon 2012 with Christian from Koenigsegg and the newly presented 2012 updated Koenigsegg Agera R, and with the engine at display. Please describe to us, Christian, an overview of this updated engine.
My pleasure. So what you see here is the 2013 Koenigsegg Agera R engine. I will show you a bit about the details and the differences in upgrades. So if you come around here, Gustav, I'll show you one important factor that also affects the way the engine looks up here is the fact that we've developed our own engine management system from circuit board up all the way to the final software. We use the latest Freescale Motorola processor that has only been around for a couple of months. The reason why we're doing this is partially to enhance performance of the engine, but also to comply with the latest OBD regulations, for example, required by a car. And it also is a platform to build for the future for added technology into the engine. We're very proud of being able to do that. So this ECU here now also controls a more powerful coil-on plug system for the spark plugs, so we can have higher RPM with maintained boost pressure, so we have a higher spark intensity. So we could bring up the RPM limit from 7,250 to 7,500, thereby increasing horsepower by around 30 horsepower. You can see there's a new intake here, intake panel with dual electronic throttle bodies, which is optimized and tested. We have reduced the panel volume to make the response even more rapid and better, and also optimized flow to have an even flow to each cylinder. So it looks quite interesting.
And your dual injectors, have you had that before?
So that we've had for quite a long time, yes. So we have one small injector that is active up to around 300 horsepower, and then one bigger injector that is phased in after that. So we can have enough flow for around 2,000 petrol horsepower, as we also have flex fuel around ethanol, which consumes a lot more volume for the same amount of energy. So here we have the Agera R flex fuel sensor. So this actually measures the amount of ethanol in the fuel, and we measure this between the fuel rails, so we're in the middle of, or where the fuel is actually being injected. It's the best spot to measure what's going on when you're flexing between different fuels.
So you can have a 37% mix of E85.
You can go from 0 to 100% ethanol. And as you can see from this sign, we have a couple of interesting records for production engines. We have the highest cylinder pressure of any production engine in the world, even higher than the most extreme diesel engine. And this is the only spark plug or auto engine that has a higher cylinder pressure than a diesel engine. It's a 32 bar VMAP. It's very, very extreme. It's 31% higher than the most extreme competitor. And it's also the most downsized production engine in the world, as we have 228 horsepower per engine liter. And that's 33% higher than any other production engine in the world. We also have 240 Newton meters per liter engine volume. So this means actually if we would take this technology and make a 1 liter engine, we would have around 230 horsepower and 240 Newton meters of torque. So that's really a massive amount of downsizing. Then we have, as the engine weighs with the flywheel clutch, Inconel exhaust system and turbos, it weighs 197 kilos. We have most horsepower per kilo of any engine in the world, any production engine in the world. The nearest competitor has 3 horsepower per kilo. So it's really a dense package of power. And it's very compact for what it does. One could believe that when we have such a small engine with such a high amount of power, that it would be fragile. But it is extremely durable, and I can only tell you it's really bulletproof what you can see. So the exhaust system is ceramic coated Inconel material, same as used in Formula 1 today. And we have made the headers as compact and short as possible, but at the same time with very good directional angle towards the turbine. The
really get good spool up and minimal back pressure, even though we have a quite small exhaust housing, so that we get good spool up. So we get actually 0.5 bar already at 2,300 RPM, and at 2,700 RPM we have as much as we want out of the turbo, then we wastegate it off. So it really has made our engine much more torquey.
And what is the torque at this RPM?
Well, from 3,000 RPM we have 1,000 Newton meters, and a little bit above that it goes up to 1,200, and there we cap it. It's pretty much enough.
Does it goes down? You cap it electronically?
Yeah, we cap it electronically, and we keep it there up until around 7,000 RPM. So it's massive.
And then it goes down naturally.
Yeah, we don't exactly. Okay. We reduce boost pressure at the final top end to get a natural.
Okay.
So we really work a lot with reducing back pressure. So we have a patented system where we have some valving in the exhaust system to optimize the flow around the catalytic converter, the pre-cat and the main cat. So we have the lowest back pressure of any production engine exhaust. Still we comply with, we can meet all emission regulations in the world in testing so far.
How many patents do you have on this engine?
Around? I would say on this engine the patents involve mostly the exhaust system.
Yes.
But then we have some turbo patents as well, which is not implemented here yet. And some other patents which we work more internally in the engine, which
upcoming.
Yes.
So it's
this is more fine engineering and honing and perfecting the combustion engine.
So you had a feel that you wanted to fine-tune the Agera R engine.
Well, it's to meet future regulations, to make it really efficient, lightweight, and have a very nice character of the engine.
And to polish that 0 to 300 time as well, maybe?
Well, yeah, I guess, but I mean, with more power, and then we have the carbon fiber wheels, of course, and lighter car. And
looks promising.
It won't hurt, right?
And also, I like a little touch you added, which the signature of the builder of the engine.
Yes, I mean, we build these engines from the ground up in our factory. It takes about 1 week to build an engine. The engine block is cast in the UK by a company called Rainer & Worrell, and it comes raw to Sweden, where we machine it and install the cylinder liners and hone it, and then we assemble it in our factory. We assemble everything from bare components, and then we run it in our engine dyno for about 6-7 hours and make sure everything works as intended, and then we install it in the car. And then we run the car, the chassis dyno, and then on our airfield. So it's a pretty rigid testing procedure. But they really work very stable and very similar, all engines. They're very similar.
And also on the engine block you have several Koenigsegg logos, and the engine number, is that also on the...
Yeah, you can see the engine number here.
There, that's right. And what do the numbers indicate here?
It indicates series and type of engine, and also when it's built.
Yes. And here you have some holographic...
Yeah, it's showing its original parts for Koenigsegg. And this is a Japanese high-power coil on plug.
And I assume this is not 24 carats gold?
No, it's coated titanium.
Okay. So these parts is new on the updated Agera R.
Yes, and the dual throttle bodies.
And lovely with the Koenigsegg logo here as well.
Yes, quite nice.
Okay, thank you, Christian, for this insight.
My pleasure.
This creation, the 2013 model Koenigsegg Agera R, and show you our new features. Also explain a little bit about our engine technology and talk about our quite recent world records. So first of all, please, gentlemen, unveil the car. So what you see in front of you is the latest specification Koenigsegg Agera R. The Agera R had the world premiere here last year, where we had a very spectacular white car with also a Thule ski box on the car to show that you can actually use this type of car even in the winter if you like. So for the 2013 model year, we have a few nice upgrades. We have a new engine management system which enables the car to also comply with the carb emission standards, the new carb emission standards in California, which is a very interesting market to us. Also, we have a world sensation, I would say, even with our new carbon fiber wheels, which you see here, which is the first hollow one-piece carbon fiber wheels on any production car. The only metal piece in these wheels is actually the check valve where you put in the air into the wheel. Otherwise, it's only carbon fiber. And we call them air core technology wheels because the core of the wheel is actually just air. Even in the centerpiece here, it's hollow with air inside. So we developed a production process which enables us to make very complex carbon fiber skin constructions and thereby saving a lot of weight. So these wheels actually save 20 kilos in unsprung mass. And that's much more important than saving 20 kilos inside the car or in the engine or so on, because this is actually accelerating mass, braking mass, and moving mass at very high frequencies. So it's a great enhancer for both performance and comfort. We also have a new rear end exhaust piece, which has a different shape. It makes the exhaust a little bit lighter, but it also enhances the effect of the rear venturi tunnels. So in combination with the exhaust and the new little winglet at the front of the car, we have 20 kilos more downforce at 250 kilometers per hour, but we also reduce drag, so it's kind of a win-win situation. If you look here in front of me, we have some numbers. We recently took a couple of Guinness World Records. I would say the most important one is that we managed to accelerate from 0 to 300 to 0 kilometers in 21.19 seconds. That is probably 5-6 seconds faster than any other production car in the world. So it really shows how extreme the performance of the Agera R is. And one of the reasons why we can have such extreme performance is due to our in-house developed engine, which you see in front of you here. And there is a little plaque on the engine. If you have time, you can read up on it, because this engine is only 5 liters, only weighs 197 kilos with flywheel and clutch, exhaust and turbos. But still it has 1140 horsepower and 1200 newton meters of torque. So in effect, it's the most downsized production car engine in the world. It has a power rating per liter of 228 horsepower per liter. And yeah, so it's just totally extreme from that perspective. What we're mostly proud of it is not the power level, but it's how reliable it is. An engine built in very low volume by a small company with those extreme numbers, one could suspect might not be very durable, but I can promise you this engine is almost bulletproof. We have customers using them as daily drivers, we have customers taking them to the racetrack, and the engine is just extremely reliable. What I also would like to show you here is a new type of car configurator we have on our web page, where we allow the user to freely configure the color of the car in many aspects, interior and exterior. And as our cars are completely bespoke built, we cannot have fixed color settings, but we allow the user to freely choose saturation, lightness and colors on the car, both inside and out. And when it's done, we get a color code sent to us, which we actually can build the car to. So it's a new type of philosophy when it comes to freely customizing your car at will, and we can actually comply and build it. And we of course hope that most customers have a good enough taste to have this kind of freedom. But we're proud of the function. And apart from that, we also have a new collection of merchandising, as we have, I would say, much more fans than we have customers due to the extreme low volume production of our cars. We now have extended our range of memorabilia and books and car models and so on. So please feel free to look around, and thank you very much for attending the press conference at Koenigsegg.